Welcome back. If you've already joined me for the delicious Simple Page Kit, this is the second one I said that we were going to be doing tonight, and this is Simple Page Kit 5. If you haven't watched the delicious one, you can always go back and watch them. They're both recorded today. So let me go back to my desk and let's take a look at what we're working on. So we will complete Simple Page Kit 5 as well as a do-over page. So this one is gardening and Mother's Day focused. So I think I'm going to save this for an event we're going to on Mother's Day. So remember that in the Simple Page Kits, you will get 2 pre-designed base pages, right, which saves a lot of paper, and it does in this case save a lot of paper. And then you'll get the one paper that if you turn it over, you'll see where we will be cutting. If you want to write down the directions or the cutting sizes for when we do the do-over page, this page of paper that we're going to cut, this has got an 8x8, a 2x4, a 3x4, a 3x4 for number 6, and number 3 and 4 are 4x6s. So number 1 is 8x8, number 2 is 2x4, number 5 and 6 are 3x4, and number 3 and 4 are 4x6s. Now, on the pre-designed pages, there's a lot in our base pages. So this sheet here, this paper, this is a 9x9. This piece that's going across is 4.5 inches, and that goes across both pages. So I have a note saying it's 4.5 by 12, and then we'll cut, if you want, you can cut the little banner cut. And then we have a 4.5 inch piece going this way that matches the 9x9. And I'm going to try something when we do our do-over page to see if I can save some paper. And then we have this little, no, that's all. That's it for our base pages. So 9x9, 2 base pages, and two 4.5 by 12s and a 4.5 by 12. Everything else on this page will be on the page that we're going to cut, but you will need different papers. So let's complete this one first. Again, really simply, I'm just going to cut everything and dry fit it. I love these stickers. I'm hoping the event that we go to actually has one of the old trucks so that I can use that. So let's get our trimmer out and let's cut this. Now we're going to cut, the first place to be able to cut this would be to be cut between 1 and 3. We're going to cut down this way. Always make sure your foot's down, and I can tell it was up from the last time I used it. So we're going to cut this. I'll cut this one after. We're going to rotate. You don't have to cut them in order. You can cut them whichever way you want to cut them, because I'm not going to jump from 2 to 3 to 4. So I have number 1, which is our 8x8. We'll rotate this one. I always like leaving the smallest cut for the end. We're going to cut between 5 and 6, between 2 and 5, and between 3 and 4. So that's our cutting done. I'm going to put the trimmer away for now. Let's see where these go. So let's make some more room. This one I really don't need my mat, my 13-inch mat, since everything's here. So this is going to be our 8x8 that's going to go in the middle of the 9x9. We are going to have our 2 mats. This is numbers 3 and 4. Number 5 and 6 are going to go up here and down here. And then for number 2, we can just get our scissors and we're going to cut along that dotted line to make our banner cut. And that will go up here. And that is how simple this page is. So now when you're looking at the stickers, they have used this border sticker along the seam here at the bottom, right? So you would put your sticker on first before you put any of these mats down. Put your sticker on. This does go above the sticker, but I would put it down first. And then you can see you can use it for Mother's Day. You can use it for gardening. Because it's got a gardening fun, happy Mother's Day. So either way, and this will hold, let's look at our photo spots here. We will have 4 3.5 by 5s, my scissors out of the way. And then we will have two 3.5 by 5s. And then we have our these two small ones can be 3.5 by 2.5. Now this is where you might wait until you get your photos, because you could rearrange these. So if you have vertical photos, you know, you could put them vertically. So I would wait before you attach this to see exactly what photos you are going to be using for this layout. But that's how quick these simple page kits are. They are so easy to put together. It only takes a couple minutes. So if you would have your photos for this layout, you could be finished. So again, multiple ways if you wanted to create this page. So that is simple page kit number 5. And now we're going to do the do-over page. So let me get that out and let's talk about this. And I do have photos for this one that we're going to put on. So if we go back to our sizes, we need 2 base pages. And I got a piece of cardstock in case I want to add some more color. So we have 2 base pages, which I have these green with the dots for both of those. Okay, so for this 9 by 9 piece, which was the dark green, I actually have a 9 by 9 piece that I'm going to use there. For the 8 by 8, I'm actually going to try a piece of vellum. And I have this green vellum. These are from the This Is Life, or the Vivid Melodies. Some of this is from, some of this is just from the old green paper packs that came in multiple different color ones we had. So I have this green vellum that I was going to try for the 8 by 8 piece, plus my 2 mats, number 3 and 4. I was going to try those. Now for this pieces that go across the bottom, those 4.5 inch pieces, I have this one that's like a graph paper. I'm going to try that. For this piece down here, the 4.5, I do have another sheet of this green polka dot, the green with white polka dots, but I'm going to first see, when we cut this one 9 by 9, I'm going to see if this 3-inch piece is big enough to try to do some paper saving. And then I had this one little piece of mauve paper that I was going to use as the mats, because all of my pictures have that color, so I thought it would bring it together. So that's going to be for these 2 3 by 4 pieces. The only thing I don't have is this little piece that's going here. Oh, I'm going to use this. So I think I have them all. So let's start getting these ready and start cutting. So we'll get our trimmer. And the first thing I will do is cut this one to be 9 by 9. So we're going to cut this 9 inches. I'm going to slip a bit. And we'll rotate and cut this at 9 inches. So we should have a 9 by 9 piece. And this one, oops, missed that. I'm going to just cut that with the scissors very carefully, because I didn't quite go up high enough. Okay, so this piece is going to be extra right now. I'm going to put it aside. Let me bring in our 2 base pages and let's build this as we go, so that we can kind of see how this is going to look. Because this is where I'm going to try this 3-inch piece. I don't know if it's going to be big enough, since you're supposed to have like a 4.5-inch piece, but we're going to see how that goes. So I'm going to put this in the middle. So on here, here's where our 9 by 9 will go. So next we need the, I'm going to do the 8 by 8. So that's what I'm going to use the vellum for. So I'm going to cut this 8 by 8. I mean, there is a direction to this, but I don't think it's really going to matter when it's on the page. So this will be 8 by 8. And this 4-inch piece I'm going to use for mats. So we're going to use 8 by 8. Make sure that's detached. This will go over top of that. I think I like that. This one here that's 4 inches, we're just going to cut it in half as 6 inches. And I'm hoping this works as mats. So we're going to see. So those are my 2 mats. Those are number 3 and 4. So what I need next is these 2 4.5 by 12-inch pieces for along the bottom. There's no direction in this one. So we're going to go 4.5 and 4.5. This piece right now, we're going to cut that 2-inch piece, but I'm going to wait on that for a minute. So, and I will wait to cut my banner. So these are going to go along the bottom, and they are about 1 inch up. So I will get my 2 13-inch mats. It goes underneath these 2. So let me, we still have some more cutting to do, but I wanted to have a look at these as we go along. So I'm going to put it at 1 inch. I'm going to put this one at 1 inch. And again, right now this is only a 3-inch piece. We're supposed to have a 4.5-inch piece, but I'm trying to save paper to see if that will work and what difference it's going to make before I cut that 4.5-inch piece. Okay, so that is it. There's one mat. Here's my other mat. Now I'm going to take that one piece that I had of this paper, and I think it's already 4 by 6, so I'm going to cut it at 3 by 4. So let's just quickly, before I go any further, so let's put these like they are in the Simple Page Kit. Let me bring this over so we can have a look. So this is what I have for pictures. I cut these 3 3/4. I just want to see before I attach anything, because I do want to show you how to attach the vellum. And if you're watching this before you do Scrap Happy, Scrap Happy has vellum embellishments that you will need vellum tape runner for. So those, and maybe I will cut them to 3.5. I wanted to leave them 3 3/4 to see what would happen. So I have a picture for that one. And then I'm going to be using peekaboo pockets. So I will have to cut these down I will cut them down and put a peekaboo pocket in here. So let's just do this bottom one for now, not worry about what I'm going to do with peekaboo pockets. So this is in France, in a little town called Worms. So, you know, I really don't know, and these are actually straight. I really don't know if I need to cut this to be 4.5 inches. I think I'm fine with it just the way it is. And then this one down here I may use as a journaling box. And then all we need to do is cut this piece up here, which is 2 by 4. And I might as well just cut, let's see how big this is. I think this is 3 inches wide. So actually I'm going to have to use my bigger trimmer. I will cut this at 2 inches. And then I'll cut it at 4. And we will make that, and we'll make the banner. So you can either just fold it in half, multiple ways to be able to do this. Cut it from the folded edge to the corner so that you have your banners. And that would be the same way. Yeah, I do like that there. That's the same way you would cut this one if you still want to have a banner on that side. You don't need to. But let's talk about how to attach the vellum. There is a vellum tape runner, and the vellum tape runner is actually a blue refill, right? So a regular tape runner has a white refill cartridge. Repositionable has a blue, and my repositional has gone MIA. Oh, here it is. This one has a green, sorry, refill. And I do have a matching cases. They were for sale at one point, so I bought the matching cases. The mini tape runner has a red refill cartridge. Of course, I can't get it apart, right? So depending on which one, I like to keep mine in something that's a case that's kind of the same color. There's also the one more, which is the strong one, which is orange. So when you put on, and let me move these to the one side so we can work on this. When you put on the repositionable, right, and you could actually put it for the edges. You know you're going to have photos. You could just put it in the middle of each one. So, and when you turn it over, so this is going to be a 1/2 inch from each side. So you can probably see those now, but as you rub them, they will go away. They will disappear. So that's going to be good to know if you get the Craft Happy, and when you vellum and embellishments, make sure you order the vellum tape runner. And now you can't see where I have that tape runner. So that is Simple Page Kit 5, the do-over page. I did do the paper saving when I cut this 9x9. I used the 3x12 to save on the paper. And then what I need to still do is look for, cut these photos down, but I also need to look for a sticker to see if there's a sticker that I want to put along the bottom edge like they did for this one, which is the lattice. Maybe I'll look for a lattice because I was looking in Vivid Melodies. I was having a look in Vivid Melodies to see if there was anything I wanted to use in here, but I didn't know if these flowers would actually go with this one. I have one pulled off, kind of, sort of. And I also have these straight ones, but that color doesn't match. That's the wrong shade for my photos. So I'm going to have a look and see. I was thinking this one, but I don't know if this is too much and will take away from my photos. I need to think about that once I get these all attached. So I'm also going to look through my stash to see if I have something else that will go. You can always put these back when you pull it up. Um, See if there's something else, maybe just a little strip. Maybe I'll go into some other collections to see, maybe this lattice might go with these photos. But I do like the way that that turned out. Hope that you got some ideas from this. Make sure you get Simple Page Kit number 5. And if you bought the entire bundle with 4, 5, and 6, you also got those exclusive stickers. Again, those are Happy Mother's Day ones. So here's this one. I will get some photos up of them completed. I will finish these. This one won't have photos of it on it yet, but I hope you enjoyed this one, the Simple Page Kit 5. Make sure you post your completed layouts on my Scrapbook with Denise Facebook page. And thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you like and subscribe. And happy scrapping, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks for joining me.